Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube, and I'm here to do a Halloween video. And rarely do I do videos like this anymore, speaking as a writer, but I guess I should do them more often, because I do write. I've yet to read my story, The Sweetest Angel, but I'm gonna read it probably tomorrow, hopefully. So, this video, though, is about getting characters over from the Halloween franchise standpoint. And this video is really dedicated to many people. A fellow writer, YouTuber, and friend of mine, Darnell Weeks, and me and him have had several discussions about getting characters over. I won't reveal those discussions, but this video is also dedicated to at Everyday Horror. Shout out to them. Another friend of mine, Daniel Culver, shout out to him. Another friend of mine, Mark Gilman, huge shout out to all you gentlemen. Um, so, and this video really takes a look at, not just things Halloween did or didn't do, but how they could really learn from certain things. I love the character of Freddie Harris, and I love the character of Tina Williams. I've talked about how actors or actresses, they don't write their own character, and they don't. They really don't. The writers write characters, and it's the actor or actress's job to take what they're given on paper and portray that character and sell that character. And generally, that's the job they do. I've talked about this. Me and Mark were talking about this with our Silent Hill discussion. I've I've talked about this with many others. I think me and Daniel may have talked about this at one point. The the actors or actresses are there to do a job. A job. So if their character doesn't get put over until well later, they can either fight that. Now, they may not have a leg to stand on to fight that, again, because not every actor or actress is a household name. A lot of actor or actresses who take roles, especially in big franchises like Halloween, are in a lot of ways some of them are just cutting their teeth. And some of them, are just looking to get to this part, get paid, and do their job to the best of their ability. And I don't think, again, this isn't a knock. This is just me observing, if you really want to learn from what was done wrong, then put characters over a lot sooner than what you did. I'll give a case in point. I love Tina Williams. I love the actress who played her. She did a fabulous job. Many people look at Tina, oh, she's such a wasteful character. Okay, well, here's a news flash, and I've talked about this. She did not write her character. The da 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 da, that seems like improv. This character is a bit goofy, but at the heart of the character, I see something a lot more. And this is what the actress really told me with her performance. Here's Tina. Yeah, she's a bit quirky and silly and goofy. There's two really great interactions that Tina has. One is with her boyfriend, Michael, who drives a very nice car, and another conversation with the person who she thinks is her boyfriend, but is actually serial killer Michael Myers. Now, Michael doesn't, no, the second one doesn't talk, okay? So the first conversation is in front of the Jamie's hospital. Hey, we're gonna go see Jamie later, right, Michael? You're killing me, babe. And they get in the car and they drive off. And it lets me think that, well, Tina really does want to see Jamie. Later on, this is what I find most interesting. Yes, Michael Myers is behind the brute mask. It's not her boyfriend. She gets up, she gets in front of the car, she's sort of parading around, she gets to the side of the car, she sort of, Michael, Mike, she thinks it's her boyfriend. He unlocks the door, and she goes, "You're such a gentleman." And she's talking to him, and she realizes, wait, he's not responding back to me. And right away, she starts cutting a promo. And what this promo told me, because the promo was about, she felt that he was being given her the silent treatment. Why? Because I want to see Jamie? Really? She's cutting this promo on him. It lets me know many things. You want to know why she believes that's her boyfriend? Because something tells me that little exchange, that argument that she's having with who she thinks is her boyfriend, that argument has happened more than once. That argument has happened before. Because that's not just an argument you have that moment. That's an argument that you've had many times before. Because remember, Jamie's been in this hospital for what, maybe a year? Since what, last year? Since the end of 4? We're led to believe that, right? Or at least a couple months. So they've had this argument. Tina and her boyfriend have had an argument. This argument before. Only difference is this time, though she thinks it's him, it's not. And he's given her that silent treatment before. That's why it's being sold that it's her boyfriend. That actress did a fucking fabulous job of selling someone's written dialogue to me. Okay? Say about the silliness all you want. Say what you like. She did a fabulous job. Now, Freddie Harris, Busta Rhymes. I love the martial arts sequence. I love the character. Freddie Harris, Busta Rhymes' character, does a beautiful job selling that he's in this for the money. He gets across to me that he's very competitive. He hates to lose. The one thing I wish they would have did for both these characters, I felt that scene with Tina. Now they do a little bit with her sooner, but I felt the writers could have made Tina even more sympathetic by getting her even more over, and they don't. And I'll get into that more. But first, Freddie Harris. I felt when Sarah Moyer came to Freddie Harris's hotel room, he should have invited her in, sat her down. And remember, she wants to leave the show. She does not want to do this reality show. She does not want to go into the Myers house. She's nervous. So I would have had him invite her in. They sit down, and he's telling her, I quit something once, and it was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. And she goes, well, what do you mean? And he gets out this box, and he opens it, and you see all these trophies for first place. They're martial arts trophies. You see one trophy for second place. And really, you want to know where I got this inspiration from? Really, Karate Kid. I'll admit to that. Because here's Freddie Harris showing you all these first place trophies. Here's the second place trophy. And another place I got this from, athletes hate to lose. They hate it. They more remember losing than they ever do winning. But there's those athletes who pride themselves in literal perfection. And that's the sense I got from Freddie Harris, too. He loves being a perfectionist. Now, he pulls out this second place trophy, and he goes, I lost. I finished second place. I felt I let my coach, my sensei down. I felt I let my team down. I felt I let myself down. I felt like the biggest loser. And so I quit. Yeah, I still practice, but I don't do it the way I used to. I don't practice the way I used to. I'm not dedicated the way I was. And I wish I would have never quit. Don't be me, Sarah. Don't quit. Don't be a quitter. Because you'll always, when you quit, you'll always look back and wonder, what if I didn't? If they take that 5 fucking seconds and do that, Busta Rhymes, Freddie Harris is over. I don't care. Say what you want. He's over. Tina Williams, if they take... And here's the thing. They did a little more with Tina than what they did with Freddie. Because Tina, remember, Michael's watching her out the window. Tina looks back. And she's sort of giving... The actress did a great job. She's sort of giving this look like, what the fuck was that? Like, she didn't see anything, but the feeling she got. And the actress sold it. So they do somewhat put Tina over a bit. But the one thing I would have did with Tina was I would have tried to get a hold of Rachel's parents. At some point in time, and she just can't get through. For whatever reason. They don't pick up the phone or just not at the cabin. And that's what I would have had her do. Because it lets you believe, well, at least she checked. She just didn't continue to assume. But assumption happens a lot in horror, so I could understand why she did. I love the... Because here's the thing, too. The one thing they did with Tina as well that I love. Once they... that argument that she thinks she's having with her boyfriend, she cares for Jamie. When Busta Rhymes comes back for Sarah Moyer, he doesn't have to come back. When he tells her, I swear on my soul, I had no idea. I believe him. I believe him. I totally, 1,000% believe him. I believe him. You want to... If they put these characters over sooner, you can't wait till the end of the film to put your protagonist over. Resurrection's biggest problem isn't the fact that Busta Rhymes is in it. It's the fact that the writers, producers, take the whole film to get the character across. That's the... People talk about... People are too focused on how Laurie Strode died. And yes, that is a concern. The biggest concern is, why did the writers and producers not focus enough on the main character, who is Freddie Harris? They did focus on him, but they're doing things that are stereotyping the character at times. Though he gets across to me, and certainly some of my friends, doesn't mean he gets across to everybody. And that's something, you know, if you want to avoid repeating a mistake with characters, make sure you're getting them across in the right way. Don't worry about being political. Don't worry about being, having a political agenda. Get your characters across in a positive way where they relate to the audience. There are times, this is done in 5 with Tina, and I do feel at times Busta Rhymes is trying to get across to the audience. I'll give a great example. He says our town. Busta Rhymes' character, Freddie Harris, is from Haddonfield. I love that. I love that. So to avoid the biggest mistake that is made with these characters is they're not getting them across enough. And they're not getting them across soon enough to relate to the audience. And that's not the actress or actress's fault. That's the writers and producers' fault. And, you know, that's what I'll say. I love those characters. And to me, they better, if you know, with the characters of Kills, you better make sure you have your characters across early and nothing political gets in the way. Again, I don't love the whole Me Too thing that is attached to this trilogy because I feel that's going to get in the way. I do. I feel that's going to be a problem. Now, again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I love to be wrong. You guys know this. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shout out to Darnell Weeks. Shout out to... Sorry about that. So, once again, huge shout out to Darnell Weeks, MyersFan25. Huge shout out to @Everyday Horror. Huge shout out to Mark Gilman @I_Barnabas. Huge shout out to Daniel Culver, Killenberg. Look, Darnell, Mark, Daniel, they know this. They're writers. Getting your character over, or your characters, is the most important thing. And getting them over early and often to sort of plant the seeds for their potential growth is the most important thing too. And that's something I wanted to stress in this video. Because for those who don't know it, it's something when you watch a movie, if you don't see that growth of a character continue to grow, if they're sort of taking the seed of the character they planted and they keep adding and adding, and it's like, well, wait, I don't feel that character's getting across to me. There's nothing you can do. The character isn't across to you. And that's something that can happen in any franchise. Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Look, I'll give a great example. Look at Jackie Earle Haley's Freddy Krueger. Is that Jackie Earle Haley's fault? No, it's the writers. And again, Jackie Earle, I felt, did a great job. It's just the writers played hokey pokey. They played, oh, let's do this instead of this. Yeah, no, they fucked around. So, huge shout out to you, gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.